Welcome to another live Q&A with Josh and the empty chair that will be Zach. He'll be here in a couple minutes. We have a bunch of questions that are already written out today. We have some fun stuff to talk about, tell you some of the stuff that I've picked up recently. Zach might tell you some of the stuff that he's picked up recently. We're going to do a little giveaway at some point. Maybe we'll write down whoever we think has the best question, and we're going to send you a care package of our graded card sleeves, our card savers, and our penny sleeves. So one package will be going out to one customer today. Last time we said we were recording this for YouTube, I forgot to hit the record button. That was really smart of me, but I actually already hit it, so we are recording. So if we're not looking at you and we're looking just a little bit to the left or right of you, that's because we're looking at the camera when we're talking. So it is not a Tim Duncan giveaway, but I could do one of those one day. I can give away a Tim Duncan rookie card at some point. Lane, just put all your questions in the Q&A. So if you guys have any questions, just put them down in this box right here where the little question mark is. And Nick, go back to work unless you're on your break and you decide that you want to hear Zach and I talk while you're on your break. That's up to you. We'll probably mention the giveaway a couple times. We'll probably just pick out whoever we think had the best question and send that over to them. Adventures with Six, did your first sub, can't wait already. That's awesome. Stuff is absolutely soaring and flying through PSA right now. We're getting a lot of stuff back really quickly. Sorry, just writing notes down while I do this. I don't know if you guys didn't know, please, I mean, you know I hate mangas, right? That's obvious. I hate all those case hits. What was I going to say? We recently opened up the $22 level for BGS. We had a couple requests for it. We only recommend sending in non-autos in that level because if you send in an auto, it'll be $27. So for $1 more, you get it back in 1/3 the time. We don't think it makes any sense to save the $1. Zach is with us now. Zach, we're on both, right? Just so you know.
Unless you're looking for mangoes.
God damn.
Mangoes you might want to express. Boom!
I'm so done with these case of things. All right, so have 3 questions in here. Hopefully we get a lot more.
Here's the thing, though. You done the case hits, right? But, like, back in, like, the insert collecting golden days, like, they were unnumbered case hits. Rare stuff was the coolest cards. Jambalaya, stuff like that. However, there wasn't a ton of other numbered stuff. There were just credentials in that, but...
They were cool. Like, Kaboom was cool when it was in 2014 and 15. It's just 8 years later, it's the same card. You don't have, like, there were Jambalayas in 97 and then 2006 or 7, right? Like,
it's 8 years.
But there weren't 8 years in a row of a Jambalaya.
There was 2004, 2003, 2005, 2008. They did it a bunch of times.
But not every year, in multiple products.
Kaboom.
Kaboom. All right, first question. Will BGS gain more popularity with their marketing plan? With their current marketing plan?
What is their current marketing plan? Are you aware of this?
I think that they're just trying to lower the price, right? That's what I would say the marketing is right now.
I think to make a judgment based on that question, we would have to know what the current marketing plan was. I know I'm just saying, do you think with their marketing strategy? I don't know what it is, but yeah, I think so. Josh, what do you think?
I think that BGS has room to grow. They have a lot of cards they can be getting in, and they have a lot of opportunity to get them in. I think they could do a lot more things when it comes to marketing, and they could do a lot more things when it comes to investing in advertising, investing in marketing. And if they do, I think they have a really, really good chance to take back the market share that SGC took from them.
The potential's there.
Next question. This is a good one for you. This was from the prior to the live. Are you using USPS scan forms to ship all your packages?
Yeah.
Yes.
We've always been using that. We started doing some like smaller complete your set stuff using like the eBay standard envelope, which
how's that been going so far?
We're selling a bunch of stuff. It's not a consignment option right now because it's just there's not enough money there because you're selling dollar cards. We just can't handle that. Those don't go in the scan form. Those are separate.
But can they?
Yeah, if we did them in multiple shipper, sure.
Cool.
They could also go in there. Move over a little bit. I guess we have to get the camera today.
Yeah.
I need a place to put my arm though, Josh.
God. Next question. What current baseball players are you buying? Is there anybody specific you're looking for?
No, we haven't bought any really.
If I were to buy any baseball players, it would be Mike Trout.
Yeah, I want to buy some Trouts. That's a good call.
Right. That's who. But I say that every year, right? I'd buy Trout. I'd buy Harper.
The tough part about Trout,
Is he gonna get hurt?
no, I mean he's fine. I mean, before season is like, it's hard to buy a lot of the right Trouts. Because like one,
You're telling me to move over. Half my head's off the screen.
why are we in a different spot than normal?
No,
What are we
I can
doing?
turn it.
Oh, maybe that's why. Maybe
No, this is usually straight.
Maybe if you turn it the other way, like to open it up this way, and then so then we'll still be centered on that.
It's on the angle, so we can use the camera.
So here's what I like about Trout. Obviously, he's at this point. I mean, his cards are the most expensive, but he's not that high. The problem with the Trout is like you can't really get a big stock. Well, you can, but it's going to cost you a lot of money. Because if you buy a refracted of 500, that's a great card that should be worth a lot more. But then all of a sudden, two people might want to just in the back, right? I agree.
His cousin used to be an archery coach.
So up here.
Yeah.
But so like someone could just dump it because there's too many of them, and then when you're talking about say a gold, I mean, you're looking at $100,000. It's hard to really like buy a lot of them. That's my thing with Trout, like because I think refractors and base it's a great buy at current prices, but it just takes two people to dump it or alt to buy 30 of them and to kill the market.
I think the market was already killed on them, though, so I think it's a good opportunity if you're looking to get into a Trout auto right
But it
now.
could happen again though, because now there's a lot of people in them at less.
There's also the Sterlings, and there's also Topps Update or Topps Update Color, and all that other stuff that you could be buying instead of just getting a Bowman Chrome auto.
Maybe you're best off buying the Topps Update Color at the right prices, just because like PSA, there's just not as many of them around.
Yeah. Hell yeah, Mealy.
Thank you. Oh boy, that's hot and cold. That's the hot and clean guy.
Yeah. Regarding the PSA graded sleeves, from the moment you peel, will the air impact the seal from the moment it's in the air to the landing strip? I have no idea what that means. The moment you peel, will the air impact the seal? I don't know what it means.
The landing strip's usually somewhere else.
Especially for him.
Hot and clean, baby. Yeah, if you left it out for 2 days, but I mean, by the time it's not going to have any effect. It's a troll question.
Obviously. Would you plan ahead and start buying from teams that might be in the NBA Finals, like the 76ers or the Nuggets players? I think we actually talked about this last week and the week before, that I think that's what you should be buying. If you're buying anything right now,
In hoops.
I think, well, anything. I think outside of baseball, I wouldn't be buying football right now, and I wouldn't be buying hockey right now, because I never buy hockey. But if I'm buying basketball, which I would be buying right now, I'd be buying guys that I think will be the best player on the team for a playoff run. Period. That if I'm buying as speculation for the playoffs, which is the only reason to buy those guys right now.
Yeah, maybe Tatum if you like the Celtics.
Yeah.
Giannis. But yeah, pick a guy like that.
Same guy every year. Reminder, 10 minutes in, so I have a lot more people in here now. We are doing a giveaway at some point today. Maybe after, we'll just pick one of the names from the chat, and we are going to give away a 3-pack, penny sleeves, card savers, bags. Somebody's going to get some free supplies today.
I guess also baseball. I think like Juan Soto went down a lot. He's probably going to have a big year. Not a great hitter's park. I don't love... I think Carlos Rodon could be a good buy. He's going to have a massive year for the Yankees. And we're going to love him, the fans. And I feel like there's a lot of stuff at an affordable number. I know it's a weird, not a great take, but check it out.
Super Sky again. QA2 email was received last week early. When will I get my PSA order back this week? I have no idea. If you're talking about an order through us, it'll probably pop sometime this week, and you'll get the email late in the week with your grades, and then next week, maybe tomorrow. I don't. It varies from 1 to 3 weeks with QA2. Remember that it may have popped and shipped back already, but we don't pop the order until the day before the order is scheduled to arrive.
Adam, ask that question in the question queue. Venturini. Oh, boy.
Oh, Joel. Dreamville Collectibles asks, thought on a better player to buy, Ichiro or Betts? I want to see what
I don't know, Jim!
Oh, God.
That was my Tony Romo impression, if you were wondering.
You go first.
I don't know, Jim! Bets.
Damn it.
You go.
I was gonna go, but I wanted to go bets also. So now I can't even say bets. I think bets autos are just severely undervalued, but I say that every single year and they don't go up. There's not a lot of them. Bets rookie autos. I think there's so much room in them.
I mean, because there's a chance Betts actually goes down in lifetime as a better player than Ichiro too. It'll be hard though. Ichiro has a ton of, and Ichiro just keeps signing things.
Remember when he first started signing again?
How crazy they were, like
Yeah,
$800,
over
like
1,000.
250. I guess Ichiro rookies, you'd be talking about a good game then between the two.
What should be my motivation to send to BGS? Feel like if I think my sub can gem with PSA, that's the way to go. Thoughts? Zach, this is going for you to start with.
I only have one answer to every question today, Tim.
All right, you're cut off then.
All right, no. I didn't even touch you there. That's power, bro. Yeah, you sure you wanted to sit in front? Well, there's some cards that will gem with BGS that won't gem with PSA and vice versa. That's a big reason. But you're saying cards you think will gem with both.
The only reason that I would send it to BGS in that case, if you think it's a gem with either company, is you think it has a chance of being a dime with BGS.
Yeah, that's or if it's a mid-level card where the time frame to get it back quicker, one is 3 months, one's 1 month, and you just want to get rid of it.
Well, so something interesting I looked up today, though. I was looking at a card that we have coming in, and if there is no pop with BGS and it's a couple $100 card with PSA, you might consider sending it to BGS and getting a pop 1 with BGS. The only reason I say that is I looked up a card today. It's like a pop 7 or 8 on PSA, and it sells for $150, and pop 1 BGS 9.5 just sold for $175. So that's an interesting look at it also.
Yeah, if you get the first card.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you think it could dime, I guess.
Those would be my reasons. I think that I'll tell you, this is what I told BGS also. I think if you're going to send something to PSA, send it to PSA. If it's between BGS and another company like CSG or SGC, or one of the other companies that you like using, that's the comparison that I would be taking instead of with PSA. I think BGS's biggest competition right now is to get back into second place and repass or pass again or whatever. Pass?
You can just say pass.
Pass SGC for number 2.
It'll be a first pass anyway.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Right?
I mean, BGS was bigger in modern cards.
Yeah, but they have to first, if they can get more market share from SGC, then the dialogue could
What
be
about
there.
HGA though, bro?
Yeah, all those companies.
Sorry.
Yeah, you had a troll.
What about FC?
Oh God, gotta go. Don't even. All right. What is your favorite modern case hit?
Josh, what is it? Manga? Color fart? Rainbow fart?
Rainbow fart. I love me some rainbow farts. Matt, we don't say those initials on here.
What is our favorite rainbow fart? What's my favorite modern case hit?
I don't know. Question.
I don't like any of them either.
0.
I was arguing on their behalf to Josh just to counter, but I think it's an absolute disgrace. I have no can I curse or not?
No cursing.
We haven't cursed in a while. But who the FK said that was okay? Why would you put that SHI on the? We're in New York City. FK the Eagles. I effing hate the Eagles. Why would we put their colors on the Empire State Building? Is that a troll?
Yes, of course it's a troll.
But by who? There's an Eagles fan who works there.
Question.
Is there an Eagles fan that works there?
He should be fired, right?
Yeah. Whoever made the fired. You're out of New York. Goodbye. We don't celebrate the the Patriots won another Super. F you.
You made Matt happy. I think Matt might have to win the supplies at some point with that kind of question, right?
He gets nothing.
Nothing.
He gets a bill.
Markham Collector. Do you see PSA doing a lot of upcharges at the value plus range because $4.99 is so low? Potentially, sure. I have not seen any yet.
If stuff is over $4.99.
Yeah, because there's nothing between there's no $9.99 anymore. So it's $4.99 then $14.99. So there's a big range.
Probably stuff over 1,000 they'll upcharge.
Yeah. But we haven't seen a lot yet.
They're firing all the upchargers. I made that up. That's not real.
Cards and candy, not really a question, but regarding PSA mailing back cards to you, they used to send them back to me USPS. Are you noticing now they're using FedEx more lately? We always used FedEx. When we're shipping high value cards, we would trust FedEx over anybody else. I would not trust USPS with all those packages, unfortunately.
Yeah, UPS we just don't use enough. But
Yeah.
we've always used FedEx. We just use our own account.
Exactly.
So that's a hint. Like if you have your own FedEx account, and you could use your shipping account. That's a good thing for people that do it themselves.
Yeah, if you're getting a lot of orders back, then definitely consider getting a FedEx account if you don't already have one.
Yes, they're using FedEx.
Matt, why do you think it sucks? You can answer that while we answer the next question. Another Matt Young asks, how about Julio Rodriguez Matt White? How about Julio Rodriguez buy and sell in a couple months? Question mark.
I would start selling sooner in a month. Pitchers and catchers in 2 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, I like J-Rod a lot, but in the next 4 to 6 weeks is a great time to start cashing in on some of those buys that you made in the last few months.
Someone asked a good question about J-Rods, but it didn't get into the question queue, I guess.
Yes, it did.
Oh, it's there?
Soon.
I like that one.
Coming soon. Vadim asks, long-term thoughts on SGC values versus PSA for vintage.
Vadim, that's a weird question because it's already had the long-term value there. They've already been there this whole time. I think it stays consistent with how it is now.
Yeah. I don't think there's...
Sorry.
Yeah, I agree, right? I don't think that anything's going to change.
Unless, I guess my counter would be, unless they become worse at grading vintage, which they're very good at because they focus too much on modern. Then their vintage numbers, even the stuff that was graded older, will go down.
I think SGC really needs to get refocused on vintage again because I think they're going to... If PSA is getting it back as fast and for the same price with a higher sale value, I think that people are going to start, if they haven't already started, moving away from SGC and moving to PSA or BGS.
They have a lot of personalities and group breakers or group people that use them, and I think they grade them and then sell them on Whatnot or other apps, not eBay, and maybe they make money that way because But if you look at the general market, those cards are worth less than grading.
Somebody made a post yesterday asking why his SGC 9.5 Giannis something or other and Curry something or other aren't selling. He had to list them for $19.99 or best offer, right? And he's like, I got 4 views because the raw card sells for $2. So an SGC 9.5 just isn't worth getting a 9.5. An SGC 9.5 isn't worth it. That's a $10 card in that grade, at most. So that's why you're not going to view it. It's on Facebook. On Facebook, yeah. You need to get an SGC 10 on a card like that.
One card that should be graded to begin with.
Yeah, but the flip side is you can get a PSA 9 on it.
And get how much?
And get $20 to $22.
Was it second year or something?
2016 Optic Hollow insert or something like that.
Got it. We got a lot of questions today.
A lot of questions. I think people want the freebies.
Yeah, I don't think it's because of that.
You don't think it's... Are you guys asking better questions and more questions because of the freebies today, or just because today's a good question day?
Well, because I wasn't here last week and they missed me. That's the other choice.
Oh, you think so? Or because Zach wasn't here and you missed him?
They give me the eyes.
I wish we could do a poll.
Gosh, they give me the eyes.
Everybody's giving you the eyes. Adam, which was Zach requested to be asked in the chat. J-Rod is going to be overpopulated. Any sets to target?
Do you think it's like SimCity and you're overpopulated so you need to get fire stations and build more infrastructure? Or overpopulated there's too many cards in the pop report?
I would not say SimCity in this case.
Oh, I was figuring SimCity there. I would buy just Bowman Chrome autos and Topps Chrome rookie autos. And if there's a Bowman Chrome rookie auto, I would stick to those. If you want to go numbered, first Chromes, numbered Topps Chrome stuff, that's it. Nothing else. Numbered rookies from the 3 mains, I guess.
I would do again, it depends on your budget, but if there are too many cards, there's no question about that. I would stick to anything numbered 25 or below. If it's an auto, it has to be on card. Or Bowman Chrome color. Bowman Chrome first color or Topps Chrome color.
What about Bowman Chrome base auto? You would buy that?
No.
Base auto, PSA 10.
Maybe PSA 10 or BGS 9.5.
A little bit of refractor. You don't think that?
I think those
because those are worth way more than a number 25 auto.
Yeah, I agree with you, but I'm not saying the most valuable cards. I'm saying the stuff that I think is safest. Yeah, because you control the market.
If you read that as number 25, Bowman Chrome, that's a $60,000 card.
Sure. But what I'm saying is it could be Bowman's best numbered to 25.
Si, senor.
Right.
I would just take the Topps Chrome, Bowman Chrome first. I guess numbered Topps Update, already graded. Or if you saw it in person, you could buy it raw. I think
yeah, like
J-Rod's
the
gonna have a
blacks.
good
I
year,
think he's going to be
but
good, but I think his
prices
price.
are high.
Yeah. Lots of questions today. Lots of questions today.
Oh, boy.
I'm scrolling down to the bottom to get the questions because I think those are the oldest ones. Best Joe Burrow autograph card to buy.
Specifically a Cracked Ice PSA 10 that I own for 2 to 3x market value.
Or it depends. That's a tough one. We got what would we get? We got an XR Joe Burrow auto in. That's fine also.
Best one though.
I mean, best Joe Burrow autograph
That's a
card.
good one.
But I'm just saying, best card to buy is like, if you don't have $40,000, you can't buy an NTRPA.
I kind of dig the optic one. It's
Right.
99, the silver optic. I think it's
Yeah, I just
like an optic rookie. I think it's a 99 or 150. The silver. It's a nice looking card.
I think best is just too vague.
That's a couple G's. That's a nice one. But I mean, think about it. For an optic numbered that low, that's pretty good.
I mean, the best one to buy is his Shield, so that's the best one, right?
Yeah.
NT Shield.
That's the best card.
So it's like it depends on what your budget
I like
is.
the optic at the value or a contender's base.
I recently got a black 101 graded with PSAs an 8. Would you crack that out and send it again?
What is it? Tops or a black prism? No.
I
No,
agree.
Well, you can't send it back in because they already have it in their database. And I think anything 8 or higher is fine, especially if it's a thick card. Like if it's an NT PSA 8, I don't know if you need a black prism. I mean, it's not going to hurt the value. It's just not going to help it.
If you want to get it in a higher grade, you can consider sending it to SGC or BGS as well. But I would just leave it in a PSA 8 because it really actually doesn't make one difference at all. It's protected now.
Yeah, if it's centered, maybe BGS.
And I will say I would prefer it as a PSA 8 than a PSA Authentic.
Prism. Yeah.
Yeah, I would leave it.
If you think it's centered, and you could send it to Beckett, but it's a long one.
Authentic MP4. Best question.
I thought it doesn't hurt. I'm sorry. The value, just for the record.
Best question. Where do you see the market is trending now? When I go to shows and see ultra rare 90s stuff, what would you invest in for the next 5 years? Hint, I really need your sleeves. Thank you. First of all, if you really need the sleeves and you want to buy them, we have them on eBay, or you could email us directly. If you have a grading order, you could add them in. That's probably the cheapest way you can get them.
Investors, possibly you.
Um,
I don't understand the question.
where do you see the market going?
Yeah. I don't know, Jim. It's a good time for that one.
No, I mean, where do you see the market going? Do you think we're flat? Do you think we're going to start going up in the next 5 years? Do you think it's going to be lower in the next 5 years?
Well, it says when I go to shows, I see ultra rare 90 stuff. What did that line mean?
I have no idea.
Are they asking what people are going to want? What's going to be hot? Like, is that what the question is?
I guess he's saying he sees a lot of ultra rare 90
what
stuff.
investment
Or do
in
we,
those
like
years?
which ultra rare 90 stuff should he buy? I mean, that's a good way to read it. Also, I don't know.
Yeah, you can just look on eBay. Credentials. Any of the EX, the old EX inserts. And then anything that says,
I'll
Metal.
change the question. Where do you see the market going in the next 5 years?
I don't know. If I knew the answer to that, one, I would wait to tell you till I bought all the stuff that I thought was going to
Or
happen.
sold everything.
No, I'd go influencer style.
Oh, you go that way?
Tell them this is what's good. No, I wouldn't do that. But I don't really know the answer. You know, this is how far ahead of you are than me. Your head looks bigger than mine. Think about that. Where do you think the market's going to go, Josh? You try to put it on me, I'm putting it on you.
I think that it depends on what Fanatics does. Period. If Fanatics does stuff to make the market better in terms of cutting products or cutting products and improving products, improving patches to being all game used instead of player worn, which if they do all of those things, I see that market growing. I think that the 2019 to 2022 cards, I think will always be, it'll end up being something like the late 80s. There's just a lot of it. So unless you have premium cards, it's not going to matter. That's my feeling. I think stuff before that is good. I think stuff after it could be good if Fanatics does it right. And definitely specific cards in that range are going to be good. Like NTRPAs are always going to be good. Gold Prisms are always going to be good. That's why we've been moving to rarer cards, right? We don't have base cards anymore because I don't see a long-term market for base cards like that anymore. They're great to get grade sell, sure.
We're not operating in the right space either to do
Yeah.
it, though. We would lose. We're not going to be the guys ahead of the curve on those kind of cards.
Well, we'd hold it too long like we always do.
Or we'd just be behind on it because that's just how we go.
Yeah.
Because we can't operate. We run into
So many questions.
I think that Fanatics. So the issue with that is if they make it all that way, they have to charge more per item, which means less customers. But maybe the same customers, they all stopped and thought for a second, which people don't generally do as a mass. They would just spend and get better return. But that's probably not what's going to happen. So I'm not sure. I think they're going to pump it even worse.
Well, think about these customers that are sending.
Think about how much money they spend.
Think about it's crazy. But the customer that spends $1,000 on $100 on 10 things to spend $1,000 would probably be willing to spend $500 on 2 things to get the same to get something also. If the value ends up being there, they might not.
They're not going to think that much. That's the problem. That's at least
That's
what
fair.
I think.
Yeah.
But I think but I do think. Well, one is Fanatics isn't always right. They could lose on this. But in the event that they don't lose, I think a lot of stuff like in the 1 to 10K range, or really $250 to $10,000 is really great. Super high end, I don't know what that market is because they're not trying to reach those guys. They're trying to reach just the main people that could spend a lot. Most people don't want to spend $10,000 on a baseball card.
The market that's most important, to be clear, is the $20 to $100 range. You need those people to feed the market. The higher end stuff will come. You need people eating up the stuff in that $20 to $100 range, in my mind.
Yeah, I think the 500. But like that's gonna be the thing. Like there can't be 1,000 Justin Herbert cards worth $100,000. It just doesn't work. And they're probably worth 500 at one point. That's what people would say they were. They never sold for that.
What card?
Like just Justin Herbert cards in general. He shouldn't have that many $100,000 cards.
Yeah.
All the NTRPAs, numbered, prism color, blah 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 blah
Yeah.
blah 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 blah, cracked ice.
But it started with basketball. The product that really kicked it off in my mind that I always go back to.
Zion Prism.
No, the product that kicked off we're overproducing stuff was Hoops Premium.
And what about?
It came out of nowhere. It wasn't even on a sell sheet.
I thought the first time, well, a lot of times, but one of the big ones was when they made up cracked ice in 2012. It was like, why are you making that? Just was like, why? All of a sudden, there's there cracked ice. I called it cracked ice bull blank. Now everyone loves it, but
49ers collector. Yeah, I mean, the most important stuff is that 20 to 100 stuff, and we sell tons of it. We sell tons in the 100 to 300 range also, but that's what more people could afford, right? Everybody loves the big cards. Look at the video that we put on TikTok and Instagram yesterday with all the cards the 10 cards that sold for the most over the weekend that were already paid for. We had other ones sell above those that got paid for today or last night, but those were the 10 that were paid immediately. And that people love seeing that stuff, so that's why people post it, right?
yeah. Well, it's cheating.
Yeah.
It's easier. You just show the highest ones. You don't have to do any thought with all the other stuff. We didn't actually ask the next question. Besides nice haircuts, thank you.
Texican Cardboard.
Good name.
I like that name. Nice haircuts. Is there a decent market for graded Topps Modern SP Hall of Fame players? Oh, that's why Matt answered that. Yes.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
you mean like the Topps SP photo variation PSA 10s? You got to sell those early because there's too many of them. If that's what you mean.
Oh, where it's the same number card and it's like Babe Ruth or Lou Gehrig or something.
Photo variation.
There is a market for them. It dries up very fast, though.
But they just drop quickly, if that's what you're referring to.
Jesus. 808 cards. A-Rod market? Question? No idea.
Like Rodgers? I mean, he gets traded to the Jets, you should see a nice little spike, and then people realize he's a Jet, so they'll actually go down.
Oh, I thought he meant A-Rod like Alex Rodriguez.
If it's a $60 auto, to $150. Boom. Use that price and you won't overpay.
Dreamville Collectibles. Do you think Panini and Topps will start lowering prices on hobby retail boxes?
If people aren't buying them.
No problem, 49ers collector. And I think they already have. But that needs to go down. The two things that need to happen, which I think we've been saying for at least 6 months now, lower prices, less products. Once those two things happen, we're going to start seeing better value coming out of breaks and stuff like that.
Someone really smart should figure out, for their cases, that there is a point on the supply-demand curve where they could get the same amount of revenue, sell less product, just raise some prices.
But I don't think they need to raise prices. Prices are okay
What business is gonna? Why would they want to?
if they're not selling out, right? If they're not selling
lower
out,
prices and produce less, so they're just gonna make less money.
yeah, and get rid of staff and lower costs. They're gonna have to.
Maybe.
They're gonna have to. Look, we still get offers from our distributor to buy product. We've turned down the last 5 products. Every time we've turned down a product, I've looked at it aftermarket, and it's down 10 to 20% based on what they told us we could pay for it.
But they're also just not giving us good price anymore.
That's what they're offering everybody.
Not pre-sale, right?
That is pre-sale, I think. You're seeing less breakers. You're seeing people complaining that there's not enough stuff or brakes not filling. All of these things are all the signs that we expected to see that we've been talking about for a while. You can go back on the lives. You can go back on our YouTube videos. We've been talking about this since before the National. These things need to happen. These things are happening. This will continue to happen. The market is correcting.
Yeah. Or what's it called? Yeah. No, I agree with Josh.
7-Seato. We usually answer this at the end.
The next. Oh well, I'm gonna be in Florida, but I can call in from Florida.
Yeah, it's next week.
We should do it today at the end of the show. We'll do that later.
Yeah, we'll give you our predictions at the end of the show.
Our first week, and if I'm on next week, we can change them next week.
Are Bowman Chrome rookie cards sought after? Another 7-Seato question.
So I would
Savon-Seato?
say, not first, but like I would say it's first tied with like a Topps Chrome rookie or Topps Update rookie, but up to there's just too many now. And then it's like Topps Chrome or Topps Update Chrome, whichever
Or
they
Topps
have.
Series 1,
They
2.
usually have one or the other. I think the Chrome is a little better.
Yeah.
Topps Chrome regular, I think more than Update Chrome. And then I'd say Bowman Chrome rookie. It's right below there with like a Heritage rookie.
I think Heritage is above it. And I also think stuff like Sapphire is above it still.
Oh, sorry. I should have said Sapphire. Sapphire is probably above all of those.
Right.
Outside of first.
To me, Bowman Chrome rookies are actually not sought after.
Topps Chrome Sapphire, though, not Bowman Chrome
Yeah.
Sapphire. Yeah, they're right at the bottom of the sought after ring.
Like, I think Best is even better than Bowman Chrome
I don't
rookie
agree with
cards.
that. I don't agree with that.
Okay.
I don't agree
I
with
just
that.
think there's Bowman people, and there's Topps people, and they keep separated. Topps is more for rookie labels.
If they
Bowman's
don't
more
have
for Topps.
prospects, then what Josh
Yes.
is saying is irrelevant. Then they're the best.
Yes.
For the record.
Bowman Chrome, another Vadim question. Bowman Chrome, BGS or PSA?
I mean, a PSA 10 is going to sell for more.
Are you talking, Vadim, auto or non-auto? That matters. An auto, I would...
Most of the best stuff's in BGS. That's the one product where I don't think you get a 2x multiplier from BGS to PSA in that. But maybe. I mean, I'd rather have a PSA 1010. I'd rather have a PSA 1010 and a Chrome card really than a BGS 1010. Even though they sell for this, the BGS might sell for more.
Bowman Chrome auto, first things first, like, if it's a crap auto, then you got to just kick it to PSA no matter what. I think PSA sells for more, but I also think that it's easier to get a BGS 95 than it is to get a PSA 10. So the answer is that any card, you have to evaluate what that exact card is to pick the company that you're going to send it to. So you have to learn the criteria of what company to send it to. So many questions.
Yeah, if it's nice and it's not centered, I go PSA also. If it's right, that used to be the rule.
Adventures with 6 again. Coming out of the pandemic, what has impressed or surprised you with the grading companies, and what, if anything, has concerned you or worried you with the grading companies? It's a very deep question. I think what surprised me...
Did I say it or not?
No. Well, no, definitely not. No Tony Romo. What surprised me is how slow SGC and BGS have been to lower their prices. They're sort of waiting to see what PSA does. SGC was the first to lower it a little bit, but nobody's really dropped to like the $10 or $12. And SGC showed that they could when they did that $9 special. So that has definitely surprised me that nobody's gone that low, because I think that they could afford to do it. And if they can't afford to do it, they have to figure out how to. Because when it comes to the same price, neither of them are getting anywhere near PSA, and PSA is just going to keep on grabbing more market share because of value.
Yeah, you're just going to have the people that like those slabs better only, basically.
Yeah.
Or think that the subgrades is better.
What's impressed me is how fast these companies can turn cards around now, but that was pretty obvious they'd be able to do that after they built up so much infrastructure over the last 2 years prior to the pandemic ending. So,
What impressed you coming out of the pandemic? Got it.
right? So, that's me. Anything that I missed there?
Yeah, I don't have any comments because I just really.
You're not going to like Vadim's next comment.
I don't know, but we can just not say it. Oh, okay. All right, guys. Vadim asked for it, so I'll see you all later.
Where are you going?
I'm out.
Where's Vadim?
Vadim doesn't want me here, so I'm done.
KB Kirk 1, is the difference in price for PSA 10 versus BGS 9.5 really with the premium for a PC collection? Zach, come back. Depends on what you PC, right? Like if you want BGS cards, then go with the BGS. If you want PSA cards, go with PSA. If you want SGC, go with SGC. If it's your collection, collect what you like. Vadim said he's going to bring you a bagel tomorrow. I don't think you want it, though. Next question. Cards and Candy 911. Are black golds worth more than golds? Absolutely not. Golds are the premier product coming out of Prism and Select and all of those things. Obviously, one-on-ones are better, but golds are what everybody wants. Black golds are just something additional. It's like when they started adding all the other random numbers to Bowman Chrome, right? It's lower numbered, but it's less desirable for sure. Matt White just wrote, Zach, I miss you. Vadim, as the market has corrected, do you see Flawless and NTRPA's gap shrinking? That's a good question. Zach and I both agree that Flawless is desirable because it's game used. I think that the of 5 and the of 10 Flawless will definitely and have already shrunk the gap on NTs of 99.
Can we kick Vadim out?
You can't kick anybody out. We can ignore him. Super Sky wants you back, but he's got a hot and clean question.
Well, he wanted me to leave, so I left.
Titty,
giving him what he wanted.
Matt White, how significant is the drop in values for Herbert and Allen this offseason?
It's very significant.
You think so?
Yeah.
What do you think that...
Some idiots will pay close to the numbers before the season, but
What
no one should.
What do you think an Allen NT is going to go? BGS 9.5.
40 grand?
And that's down from like 80, right?
I got 90.
Yeah.
For two color.
Hell yeah. That was a good one. I hope Herbert goes down. I'll buy more. More Herbert. More Herbert.
There's too many NTs, and you shouldn't buy Herbert.
Dreamville Collectibles. Thoughts on Caleb Williams, next Mahomes, worth to skip Bryce and CJ? Who's Caleb Williams?
You know who that is. The Heisman winner. From USC.
Oh, from USC. The one that was Oklahoma, then USC.
Yeah.
I like Bryce Young the most. Out of the draft this year.
I like Stroud. Bryce Young's little. What?
You never like Ohio State quarterbacks.
Yeah, I don't like Bryce Young's fine, but I think Stroud's legit.
You think Stroud's better than Fields?
Yeah, I think Stroud's awesome.
You think that the Bears should trade Fields?
We also remember Michigan is 2-0 versus him, so I'm allowed to like him.
Hell yeah. So is that the reason you don't like Ohio State quarterbacks because they beat Michigan?
No, because they always suck. This guy's not going to suck. I would take Stroud.
See, I like Fields.
I would take Stroud over Williams. I think Williams is like a taller Kyler, but he's like 6'2", so like that could be really good. I think Vadim sucks.
Vadim's like
The flawless football is not game used though. That's the problem with it. So
basketball will.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't think they're gonna close the gap that much though.
You
I
know,
still think NTs are gonna be worth more. I just think they're cooler.
I like the basketball ones.
I do too. I like it more, but I don't know. I think there's like a big gap on some of that stuff too. Like say like a Luka, like there's just too big a gap to begin with.
Trey is close now.
Yeah, well the cards are worth less, so they come closer.
Hell yeah. Have PSA auto authenticated card. I want dual grade. Should I sub the whole slab or crack it and sub? I would just crack it out and sub it because they're going to crack it anyway, and you're going to pay more and wait longer.
Wait,
He's asking if you should do a crossover to add the card grade. You should just crack it. If you do a crossover, it's going to take 3 times as long.
Graded and authentic. What if it's a PSA 10 auto authentic? That's how I read it. I wouldn't want to risk it then.
The auto
Like,
grade?
The card is already graded. PSA 10 authentic auto. You know what I mean? But the
Oh,
auto's
yeah.
not graded.
If the card is already graded at 10, then I would send it in for crossover and just have them add the auto grade. If the card's just a PSA authenticated card with the PSA authenticated auto and you want dual grades, crack it. So many questions.
Still that many left.
Yeah. What cards are you getting in for subs that make you roll your eyes and wonder why are you grading this? Honestly,
Anything that says Pokemon on it, because I don't know what anything.
I know way too much about Pokemon now. Honestly, that's a great question for the team that checks in the mail or that writes the subs. We have our employees that are writing all those cards now, so I don't even know what's coming in most of the time.
Just when it comes
There are some cards that they have to forward me when an order comes in and it's like a mix of like 1985, 6, 7, 8 Topps baseball cards. Those have to get approved by somebody to send in because I don't understand why people are grading them. So we usually actually don't even take them. We send them back to the customer. Oh my God.
Yeah, the team's cut off, right?
Yeah, Vadim's cut off for the rest of the day. Will refractors always refract? Do you think the rate of refraction is impacted by the cold temperature in the Northeast? Do you think it could shrivel the refraction? That's your boy, Super Sky.
I mean, there can be shrinkage of refraction. I agree with that. Colder weather, actually, it's a little icy out, a little clearer. You know, the sky's a little clearer, so it actually probably refract more.
You get more sun coming through, right? Less clouds, more sun?
It's actually called opposite shrinkage when it comes to refractors, so
Is opposite shrinkage like third trimester twins?
it's kind of like growth.
Third trimester twins?
You're the only one here who knows about that. Titty subs, hell yeah.
Why are we so handsome today? You can go first.
Born that way.
Going to the gym.
Mine's natural.
Which NBA teams do you see going far this year? I feel like we get this question every week.
See, you know, it's Denver in the West.
You think Denver, huh?
Yeah.
And you're going to say either the Celtics or the Bucks. You're going to say Bucks because you love Giannis.
Bucks.
Always. Always the Bucks.
Bucks. Celtics.
Celtics are good, but
Nets.
Giannis better than Tatum. Nets have been hot.
Hot and clean Nets.
Nets have been super, super hot.
They just don't like Jews.
Yes. And the earth is flat.
Well, they're going to own the Topps license, Fanatics. So I think they own it, and they're going to own Panini, so maybe they'll make some.
They could bring back whatever they want to bring back.
What they'll probably do, like the first year or two, is give really great value, get people back in.
Hopefully.
Like sick hits, you know, Triggity Trout.
It used to be like in 2014 when I opened the update, you got like a gold in every pack.
Mook bets.
You used to get golds in every pack. Now it's like one per box at best. It's horrible.
You're talking about Topps. Like
Yeah. That's what I always relate to because that's what I open the most of. Matt, why weren't you guys invited to the Culture Collision basketball game? We'd have to go to the Culture Collision show to be invited to the Culture Collision basketball game.
Is there a game?
They supposedly people were like walking around in their team uniforms at the show.
Everyone says it was a sick show, but I don't know.
Last question. How do you think about the RC jersey is not associated with any specific player? Yeah, so people, have you seen this on Facebook? People have been like taking apart their
Figuring out whose jersey
and
they wear?
because it says whose jersey it is and it's not the same player all the time. How do you feel about?
I am the culture, so I don't need to be fucking about. Oh,
That's a very sus comment.
yeah.
That's very sus,
I don't
Matt.
need to be about it.
See,
if I
we're
am it.
cultured.
Those people are trying to collide in a way that I'm already cultured. So I don't need to go there to show that. They're just going there to try to be like me. Come on, baby. Yeah, I mean, come on. I mean, it's effing ridiculous. What's my opinion on that? Like, it was like a Jamal Mashburn jersey for like a Luka or something. I saw. They're not even in a game. It's a joke. Like, it's pathetic. It's actually great that, like,
People are pulling them apart.
well, here's a better question. How effing dumb are these companies? Like, why do you even have that on the jersey? When someone pulls it out, they don't need to see the name on the card. Like, oh, this is Luka Doncic's jersey on a Luka card. Like, oh, I don't suspect it. Like, why is that even there? Who is that there for? They can't even be for quality.
It's probably there for legal, right? Because they're saying it's not a specific player, so like it probably has to say it.
So it has to be from a player?
No, it probably has to say who wore it, right?
So it's just like, so you need Mavs, right? You got Luka stuff. I don't know. Just go buy all the what was it? Boban Marbovic, the really tall guy, Boban.
Yeah, the big jersey.
Yeah, or buy like
Buy like a new bowl jersey.
buy like all the Jamal McGlures. Like who's like the shitty the
Oh,
worst?
buy what's his name? What's his first name? The big center Miller.
You mean Oliver Miller?
Yeah,
That one?
yeah.
So for all Lakers cards, for all LeBron Lakers cards, just buy all the. What the hell was the idiot everyone wanted to the three named idiot from a couple years ago that everyone like was prospecting?
Oh, Taylor Horton Tucker.
Yeah, but just all Taylor Horton Tucker game used jersey. I mean, you only find one of those because he didn't play many games, but.
Oh man. All right, so we got a lot of questions. This is the most questions we've ever had, and that's not even close.
It's ridiculous, though. That's my opinion on that question.
Again, we will be giving these away. I think I know who I want to give them to.
Who? Is that the person who asked for it?
Yeah, I think so. He has some good questions.
Whoever you want. As
All right.
long as it's not Vadim Scumbagowitz. I always give him the Titty Subs because it's a great name.
Matt
Titty Subs
gets
push-
nothing.
Titty Subs is pushing PSA, but his name is after BGS Sub. So, what are we gonna do? Is that my phone?
Yeah, it's not
Sounds like
mine.
my vibration.
Adventures with Six. Send us a PM, a DM, I guess it is, on Instagram, and send us your